Dr. Fido? Dr. Fido? Yeah. My anxiety's happening again. And I think I'm getting a little bit like the mania's coming back. Yeah. And I've been so depressed. Yeah. Did you find anything on the MRI? Nothing? You sure? Because I've never had bipolar before. I've never had a diagnosis like that. I've never had severe depression before. Yeah, I've been sad before in my life. Maybe like a little, but I've never had it like this before. You sure you didn't find anything on the CAT scan? No? No, nothing at all. What about on the blood work? In the blood, did the blood work show anything? Does it show something wrong with me? Because this isn't me. This isn't who I am. It isn't. It isn't who I am. What? There's nothing wrong with me physically? This is who I am? So I'm a person that wants to be depressed? Like I'm a person that's supposed to be bipolar? Isn't it your job to find out what's wrong with me? Like to find out why I'm like this? Go to see the psychiatrist? I've been to the psychiatrist. He's given me this here, and then you gave me this. Yeah, you guys told me there's nothing physically wrong with me, but so what is it then? I'm not crazy. I was never crazy. I'm not a... No, there has to be something physically wrong with me because I never went through this before. I'm having the anxiety and the depression worse than ever, and I'm having the bipolar like it's getting worse. I'm even getting brain fog and some memory loss with it. And I'm very irritable and frustrated. And I've already been to 2 psychiatrists. I've been to 4 specialists. I've been to 2 neurologists. And you guys can't find out what's wrong with me. So it's just who I am. It's me. So I need to practice my mental health techniques. I'm sorry. You're starting to sound like my alternative doctor now that says it's all in my head and I create it with my thoughts. You're the conventional doctor. You should know physically what's wrong with me. But, my alternative doctor, he says that I just need to work on myself, like make myself a better person. Yeah, he gave me all these things for some courses and some classes and some meditations and some breath work. He says that I'm just not I'm not up to speed like everybody else. What? I've been trying all those things though. Yeah. So I don't get it. So it's because I'm that bad of a person. Like I'm creating all this. I'm making my life and my family's life difficult. Yeah, I ran out in the middle of the night and I drove too fast in the car and I was upset and 2 o'clock in the morning and I just busted out of my house. I know. My family was really upset. But that's not something I'm like that's not me. That's not who I am. There has to be a physical reason. And you're telling me I'm creating this and that I'm just like a bad person that needs to work on my thoughts. Okay, you know what? What do you want? But these medications are physical. So I don't get it. If it's not a physical problem, why are you giving me physical drugs? Like drugs that are physically made in labs, that are made out of physical components, that are made out of sedative properties. It's physical. Is this to alter my brain? But there's nothing wrong with my brain, right? Because you didn't find anything wrong with my brain. So why are you trying to alter my brain then? So you admit something's wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with me. Okay, fine. We're live right now, you guys. We're talking about mental health issues. This is a big deal. We're going to cover some cool stuff. But first of all, I want to get an onion in the pan. We're making lentil tacos. Okay, so I got some beautiful lettuce right here. I'm excited. I'm going to throw tomatoes in this lentil taco dish. If you guys just saw me make this previously, I'm going to throw some tomatoes in here too. I'm going to actually, I forgot I had cherry tomatoes I wanted to put in there. Hang on, because we're talking about real causes of why people are struggling. ITV444 on IG says that's exactly what the oncologist told me after the hysterectomy at age 33. I couldn't even get myself to work after surgery. I was so sad and exhausted. Doctors told me I needed psychiatric care. They didn't know you actually had physical problems and physical injuries that were happening. And we're going to talk about the physical problems and physical injuries. We're going to talk about how the brain works. We're going to talk about how it's not your fault. We're going to talk about how you're a perfect person. You are perfect. And we're going to talk about how you're not a bad person, you're not faulty, you're not a bad unit, you're not weak. It's not that. They're actually physical problems that medical research and science has no clue about. I've talked about this for decades. And that's what we're covering. cover it. But first I got to get an onion cut real quick because I have a pan that's hot. We're making lentil tacos. I'm excited about this because I was almost gorging the other one down, and I think it'd be great if I make another one. So I'm just cutting this onion up right here. We're going to get in the pan. So this is a great recipe. It's fat-free. Yeah, that's really a good thing. That's how you heal, by trying to keep the fats out once in a while. If you're an animal protein person, keep the animal protein out for a little bit. If you're a plant fat person, love your avocados, keep them out for a little bit. And your nut butters, keep the fats down. No matter what aisle you're on, you can lower the fats. Chop up a little more onion here. Yep. That's right. Remember, I used to say that on some of the older episodes of the Medical Medium podcast. I used to say, that's right. All right. We're getting some of that in there, right, in the pan. We're going to put some broth, vegetable broth in here. This happens to be Medical Medium healing broth. So I'm using Medical Medium healing broth as vegetable broth. How awesome is that? We're live on TikTok, live on Telegram, live on IG, right? Okay, and we're making some food right now. So what we're going to do is saute these onions for a little bit. Let's get this cranked. Make sure that's on. So here we are, okay? So lentils and black beans are fat-free. They're not an overt fat. Soy is off the charts in fat. Soy is, okay? Black beans, all right? That's not an overt fat. That's not a nut. That's not a seed. That's not oil. That's not chicken. That's not meat. That's not avocado, okay? So that's the difference right there. So keep that in mind. So I got some food cooking right here. We're talking about physical medications being prescribed for a problem they're saying isn't physical. So your depersonalization, your depression, your anxiety, it's not physical. No, not physical. So it's not, but we're going to make sure you're on physical medications. Then that's what the system is set up for. It's set up so you can actually be nice and drugged. You got your benzodiazepines here, your anti-anxiety meds, you got your antidepressants, you got your amphetamines. Because you're so down, and you don't know why you're sad and depressed, and you can't think and you can't focus, and your brain fog is out of control. Let's get you on an amphetamine prescribed by the doctor. How about that? Cold White Spring, you're spot on, by the way. Spot on. How about that? Okay? And Cold White Spring, I appreciate, just like with all you guys, getting the word out to help people in so many different ways. You guys use pieces of medical medium information and you put it out there to try to help others, to try to, others so they can find their way and heal and get their lives back and not fall into traps. Just know that I can't tell you how much I really appreciate it and thank you for it. You have no idea, okay? And you guys know that, by the way, I'm on Rumble now, rumble.com. Go to medicalmedium at rumble.com, right? And check out, I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff on there, okay? And keep in mind, eventually, be on there a lot. Subscribe to it. So, anyway. So, yeah, that's the Darlene. That's the answer to everything. Is a pill, right? A pill for anxiety, depression, but yet it's not a physical problem because the MRI doesn't show it, right? The CAT scans don't show it. The brain scans don't show it. So, there's no problem. So, it must be you. It's you that's causing the issue. Maybe you created it. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you haven't mastered your thoughts good enough. Maybe you haven't done your meditations good enough. And your depression, and that's your problem. It's on you. That's your issue, right? Your anxiety, that's you. Health with Liz, good to see you. It's your problem. And that's why you're sick with all these different conditions, okay? And then you might squeak this out of them. Oh, maybe it's a chemical imbalance. Maybe it's a chemical imbalance. You might squeak that out of them. But chemical imbalance isn't an answer on any level. Chemical imbalance is insulting. You're crazy. That's what they want everybody to believe. Because they won't admit there's physical reasons even if they haven't discovered them yet, they won't admit there's physical reasons to why you're suffering from depression, OCD, bipolar, depersonalization, SAD, right? There's real physical reasons why you're struggling and suffering, and they won't talk about it, they won't admit it, they won't register that it's even possible. No. The only physical things they can find are things they can find other than that, like a big tumor or something, or they find something, they find something that's obvious in the blood work. But other than that, everybody's on their own when you have an issue. Everybody's on their own. Everybody is. When you have any kind of emotional, mental health struggle, disorder, challenge of any kind, I'm going to put some garlic in here, you guys. So I'm just going to peel back a little garlic. I'm going to put a clove of garlic in this one. So just bear with me for a second. I'm going to chop this up real quick. Nice and fine, little pieces. Bear with me. Let's get this in here. Got some garlic on. You can be going along in your life and then boom, it hits you. Got the depression. Boom, it hits you. You got the lows. Boom, it hits you. You got the brain fog and anxiety. Boom, it hits you. It's your problem. Because you must be crazy. Must be the real issue. You must be crazy. You're not crazy. Far from it. You're a beautiful person. Physical injuries occur when you have something traumatic happen to you in your life. Some loss, a trauma, abuse. Physical injuries occur inside the brain when something bad happens to you emotionally. Something happens in the brain. And that scar tissue that gets created by overheating from the emotional center in the brain, from a trauma, can create tissue that becomes problematic, and there's a physical problem. And that physical problem isn't registered to science or research. So here it is, you've been through hell and back, you had a severe trauma, and now, you're suffering with some brain issues. I talked about some of that in Cleanse to Heal. The other thing is, the most rampant one of all, and you can have both, the most rampant one of all is the toxic heavy metals. Toxic heavy metals inside the brain. Chris, you seem fine to me. They hand that stuff out like candy. Oh yeah, they hand that stuff out like candy, especially in LA. In LA, they hand that stuff out like the Tic Tacs. Here, have another Tic Tac. Especially there, I'll tell you. I know, because I talk to doctors and I hear about that from doctors. Doctors say in LA, man, they hand those out like doctors hand out Tic Tac, like Tic Tacs of those. Like it's crazy. Candy. They do that all over the country and around the world. They do. So we're making lentil tacos. I'm pumped. If you guys just got on here, we got some lettuce right here. Beautiful butterleaf lettuce. I'm going to fill it with this lentil mixture I'm making. Excited about it. So let's go into metals a little bit. Viral neurotoxins and metals. Viruses such as Epstein-Barr feed off of toxic heavy metals that are inside your body. They release a neurotoxin. The neurotoxin travels to your brain. And then boom, you got some brain fog. If you're somebody that's bipolar, you got some metals on your neurons. Pencil's a neuron. It's inside your brain. You've got some metals on your neuron. Electrical impulse travels down that neuron, hits that metal particle, and then boom, diffuses. Now you're at a low. You're bipolar, you're low. Days of that go on, you're at this low, and then the brain tries to reboot to fix the problem because it's innate in us to fix the problem. Our body, our organs want to fix the issue. And then boom, electricity starts to ramp up. And then now you've got electricity flying through the brain to go through the grid. And now you're manic or you're up. And then eventually that runs its course and now you're down and depressed more than ever. Bipolar is a vicious cycle. You can have a real mild version of it or a heavy duty version of it. That's metals inside the brain. Guys, I'm making an announcement right now. Okay? You're going to want to be there. Anti-bug cleanse. A 3-day cleanse for free. I'm doing it personally. If you guys want to be there, that would be awesome. It's coming up pretty soon. Look out for details of the anti-bug cleanse. I've never done an anti-bug cleanse with you guys, so I'm excited. We did the heavy metal detox cleanse, which was incredible. We did the, what else did we do? God, I get things on the floor. We did the mono cleanse challenge, the heavy metal detox cleanse challenge, and now we're doing the anti-bug challenge. Now make sure you have a book, Cleanse to Heal. Make sure you have a Cleanse to Heal. Make sure your friend has a book. Make sure a family member has a book, okay? 51% off right now, Amazon.com, $16.99. It's a medical textbook. You won't be disappointed. It's got the cleanse in there, the anti-bug cleanse. Make sure you get one. Go to the library, get it for free. Get it for free if you need to. You'll be there, Adelaide? Awesome. So if your anxiety is not a physical problem, and your depression is not a physical problem, your bipolar, depersonalization, OCD, mania, neurosis, psychosis isn't a physical problem, then why are they handing out physical drugs? To try to alter something physically in your brain. Then why say it's not a physical problem when they're trying to alter something physical in your brain with a physical component? Why are they saying it's not physical then when they're trying to alter something in your brain physically? I'm just going to keep on eating more tuna. I'm going to keep on eating more tuna. I know it's backwards on IG, but I'm going to keep on eating more tuna. The tuna, the mercury's going to end up in my brain. It's going to end up in my brain. Can I have another can of tuna? Can I make a tuna salad? Can I have a tuna melt? The mercury's going to end... Can I have sushi? How about some sushi? The tuna is going to end up in your brain. The mercury's going to end up in the brain. You're going to have dementia, Alzheimer's later on. Let me have some more fish oil supplements. Wait a minute. My doctor recommended more fish oil for me. More fish oil supplements. Isn't that smart? All that methyl mercury in there. Guarantee Alzheimer's, dementia if you live that long because there's so many other problems happening out there if you don't take care of yourself and learn how to heal and learn how to avoid things. Make sure, you're doing your fish oil and then you end up getting an acceleration of Alzheimer's, memory issues, all kinds of issues. Parkinson's. You know what's interesting about Parkinson's? Medicalmedium has been saying for years that Parkinson's is from metals inside the brain. Parkinson's is from metals inside the brain. Okay? For years I've been saying this. And for some reason now, they say that Parkinson's is caused by your genes, so it's a genetic problem. So Parkinson's is genetic. That's what medical research and science says about Parkinson's, right? But meanwhile, they're now figuring out that it's linked to dangerous pesticides. Parkinson's linked to dangerous pesticides, right? Insect killer. Medicalmedium has been saying this for years. Pesticides, because of copper in pesticides, brings on that Parkinson's. Copper, metal. You know what's amazing about Medicalmedium information? It's really advanced. It's always ahead of its time. It's never proven wrong ever and only proven right. And more people have healed from it than anything else on the planet in the world of health. But I thought Parkinson's was genetic. But there's a lawsuit claiming that pesticides cause it. Weird, huh? There's a reason why we struggle. There's a reason why you have your depression. Let's get some mushrooms in here, you guys. Oh, gonna put some shrooms in here, man. These are some really good shrooms. Whoa. These are portobello mushrooms. There's nothing nothing bad about those. More shrooms, man. It's a portobellos. These aren't psychedelic. Chris, these aren't psychedelic. Alright, so I got the mushrooms in there. Let them cook up a little bit. Okay? Let that go a little bit there. Okay. There's real reasons why we're struggling with our emotional problems. I noticed in alternative medicine, right? It's getting so bad. Alternative medicine is basically you're just screwed up. Like you're just like, they say it in a nice way. They're like, whoa, you need to just get all your stuff down, you know? I think I'll put more garlic in there. You need to have your meditations down, your breath work down, your spiritual retreats down. You need to master your mind down. I get it. I know you want to have positive thoughts, and you want to have healthy ways of caring for yourself on a spiritual level, emotional level. Absolutely. But it's insulting to people who are struggling with physical problems. Physical problems. You can't just chalk it all up to be like, no, that's just because you're bad at controlling your mind. You're bad at emptying your mind. You're bad at like keeping your mind together. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself. Sorry, you got anxiety. That's obviously because you're just kind of cracked right now. So you really need to work on yourself. I'm not going to tell you you're cracked, but you're kind of cracked. That's what alternative medicine says without saying that. You got severe depression, man. You're too much for me. I can't handle you. You got severe depression. I think you're like cracked. So you got to work on yourself. You have a lot of work to do on yourself. That's what they do in alternative medicine. It's bullshit. If you guys get kicked off IG, we're on Telegram, man. Okay. t.me/medicalmedium. Get it right. We're live on Telegram. That's where you go to Telegram. Right? Cooking down these onions, got some mushroom in there, threw some more garlic in there. Alternative medicine and spiritual medicine now and spiritual health is all about basically saying you're effed up. That's why you're too much of a hassle. You need to work on yourself. Your depression, anxiety, your bipolar, all of it means that you got problems. And if you can't get it together, then you might even be classified as crazy. You might even need to be on medications. You're creating this. You want to be this way. You're creating it because you could change your thought pattern in a second and fix everything. You can change your thought pattern in a second and get rid of severe depression, suicidal thoughts, and get rid of anxiety, and get rid of bipolar, and get rid of depersonalization. You can just switch it off. Come on, man. You just got to work on yourself better. And that's how screwed up alternative medicine got. Wild Lizzie flower, it's all in your head, right? I was told this, infinite wellness. But here's the thing. There's something physically happening, and they don't get it. So in alternative medicine, they don't get it. They don't know. Unless they're picking up tools from medical medium, which is happening every day. They just don't cite it back. They'll be like, oh, maybe you got metals. Oh, yeah, where did you hear that from? All right, so this is looking. I'm going to put some lentils in here, you guys. So I got these green lentils right here. So these are some cooked green lentils. These are cooked green lentils. But there's real physical problems. People have real physical injuries in the brain, like physical injuries. There's something really happening. There's an actual physical problem going on. It's just not acknowledged. So the person's made to feel crazy. The person's made to feel inadequate and lose confidence and feel invalidated and feel crazy and feel like they're causing it. And the person's made to feel that way because their anxiety isn't explained. Their depression's not explained. They're just told, you gotta get more mental help because, and if you can't do it through natural spiritual means and, natural healthy living, if you can't get out of your mental sickness with that, then you got bigger problems then. Because if you can't rewire yourself in 2 seconds flat after some meditations and be fixed and have all your depression gone for good. These are cooked lentils, by the way. I just put that in there with now I'm going to put some spices in here now. Let's do that. Let's put some spices in here. Let's put some paprika in here. Boom. Put some cayenne in here. Boom. Wait. They go up so quick, the comments, I can't catch them. Sorry. Chili powder. Chipotle powder, right? My anxiety is mostly gone after 11 369 advanced cleanses. They're saving my life. I have been getting so much better. I was so sick in a sick home. I had the strength to move to a better place after them. Incredible. After the cleanses, incredible. Putting some thyme, putting some sage in here. I'm going to put some thyme in here. This is getting done. I'm going to put some cumin in here. Some cumin. Right? I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup in here too. I'm going to drop a little bit of maple syrup in here. All right? And I'm going to pop some tomatoes in here too in a second. Let me get a little tomato going on in here. Because we're pretty much finished, so I'm going to pop them in. I'll wait a little bit longer. All right, we're getting this ready. Let's get a plate. Hang on. All right, let's get some lettuce boats here. So I'm doing some lettuce boats, taco boats. So I'm taking a few pieces. I'm running across. I'm going to make a nice taco right here. Turning the burner down, if you guys don't mind. By no means do I think there isn't a place for natural means for healing. I love meditations, love them. I do the medical medium meditations. That's the one I do, okay? And because they're not created by man. So I love the medical medium meditations because they're not created by man. So men didn't create the meditation. Men on the planet didn't create the meditation. They're for soul healing and they're created from above. So I love the medical medium meditations because no one's hands were in there. No guru guy had his hands in making the meditation. So what I love about the medical medium meditations is they're made from above. Spirit of compassion made the meditations. That's why I like the medical medium meditations, because they weren't created by some guy's big idea somewhere that got it from another guy's big idea. They got it from another guy's big idea. Got it from another guy's big idea. Changed a little, got another, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. At all. But it's kind of like that, it doesn't, the medical medium meditations fix soul injuries. But there's physical injuries you need to do physical things to fix. You need to get the metals out. There's physical things you need to do. So yeah, you can heal the soul, but you got to do the physical things. But You can't just say, do all of this spiritual work and fix every physical problem. And if you don't fix the physical problem, then you must be crazy, or you're creating it, or it's all on you. That's not fair. If there's a physical problem going on that's happening inside the brain and someone's not recognizing that, and they're chalking it up to you just being like mental, that's just unfair. It's so unfair. Where can I find the Medical Medium meditations? They're free. They're at Medical Medium Podcast at Apple Podcast. And they're really powerful. They're not created by me. They're created from above. Not ground beef. He's using pre-cooked lentils. Indeed I am, and I'm making some incredible lentil tacos as we speak. I got the lettuce right here. Getting some nice pieces, some wider pieces. Okay, I already cooked the lentils beforehand, you guys. So let's get these nice pieces of lettuce here. So let's fill this taco. That's good there. That's definitely good right there. Let's get another one. Let me get another plate. So I'm going to get another plate. I'm going to fill a couple more. Then I'm going to garnish them with some fresh tomato, if you guys don't mind. So let's get some more taco shells going. You can do them just in the little ones. You can literally make these tiny ones right inside the butter leaf lettuce. Look, check this out. How awesome is this? It's incredible, right? If you guys missed the recipe, just watch this from the start. If nothing sinister happens to this video after it's posted, like the sound going off and disappearing, or it goes black or something, like a lot of Medical Medium posts mysteriously do. Medical Medium posts just... That's why I love Telegram and Rumble. All right. So I'm just making lots of little boats, if you guys don't mind. Lots of little boats, okay? It's not your fault if you're struggling with any kind of mental health issue. It's not your fault. You didn't create it. It's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you didn't master a way to control your thoughts or rewire your head. It's not that at all. You actually have a real physical issue no one's seeing, acknowledging, or validating. So then you're made to seem like you're crazy, even though no one's saying that. But they're saying it. But you know, I mean... So I'm making sure we get some boats going here. So I got some different kinds of taco shells, okay? This is looking really amazing. Keep this in mind, you guys. This is so important as you're on the road to healing. You can heal from your depression. You can heal from your anxiety. Countless people have doing medical medium information. You can heal your bipolar. You can heal your mania. You can heal your conditions. Please know this. And you can heal your soul too. You can heal your soul, the spiritual part, your soul. But we have to acknowledge there's a physical injury we have to heal too. I'm going to chop up a little tomato. I'm going to put some fresh tomato on here if you guys are okay with that. So let's do that. Someone on there is probably going to say, tomato, it's so bad. It's tomato. What? Tomato's incredible for you. An amazing food. It's so good for you. Oh, but you might be thinking tomato sauce with cheese, and the tomato was the bad thing and not the cheese. You might be thinking it was the tomato that was bad. That's what you might be thinking. Maybe the tomato made you sick, not the oil and the cheese and the nutritional yeast and the vinegar. That didn't make you sick at all. It was the tomato. Cold White Spring, I did hear somebody think that. Correct, laugh out loud. I did. And it wasn't me hearing someone think that. It was Spirit of Compassion that heard multiple people think that. And that's what. And then Spirit of Compassion delivered the information to me, and then I was able to say it. So I'm going to put this chopped up tomato inside, right on top, inside these beautiful boats. Welcome to the world of how I have to live every day. You hear Spirit of Compassion, and it doesn't stop. Until I drop. Then it'll stop. So I'm going to put some chopped up tomato on this one too. So if you guys look right here, that's the lentil taco setup right there. All the different small boats. That's the butterleaf lettuce. Here's the two big ones I made, and I'm going to add some tomato on those. So just bear with me for a second, okay? Chop up a couple more tomatoes. Couple more, and we're good. There's physical reasons why people are suffering with their PTSD, OCD, bipolar, anxiety, depression. I'm going to get the dummy over here in a second, okay? All right. That's the bigger lentil taco. If the lentils aren't in your book's meal plans, can we eat them while dealing with chronic illness? So here's the thing with lentils, right? You can, but in the book, like for instance, in the book, the cleanses, they may not be in a cleanse, like a mono cleanse, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't have that real strong hydrochloric acid to break down the bean. So they have difficult with beans, and then they'll have more flatulent, and they'll have more gas. And so you always could keep that in mind, right? So use them sparingly if you're really digestive sensitive. That's all. Somebody you're a tank. Your digestive system's like a tank, man, and you can eat whatever. Then, yeah, you can have them more, absolutely. But keeping the fats out is the key. Don't put oil on here, and don't put avocado on here, and nut butters and nuts and seeds. Don't put chicken pieces on here. To keep the fats away for now. This is a fat-free meal on purpose for a reason, okay? To make it a healing meal. And healing food, right, is the ones mostly focused with medical medium information in the books, the healing foods, right? The herbs and the leafy greens, and the healing herbs, the leafy greens, the wild foods, and the fruits, right, and the vegetables. And lentils, they're not like a top healing food. They're good for you, but they're not like they don't create this super healing in the body, right? They're still good though. You could put cilantro on top. You can do that. I got some cilantro kicking around somewhere. We can add that. A little bit of cilantro. So let me just do this for a second. So, but it's such a great dish. Wait till you try it. It's an amazing dish, you guys. It's fun. Guys, I just want to give everybody one more reminder. The Anti-Bug Cleanse. Make sure you have Cleanse to Heal book. We're doing a 3-day Anti-Bug Cleanse. I'm doing it for myself. You guys coming? We're doing it. Going to be on here. It's going to be for free. It's going to be fun. Never did the Anti-Bug Cleanse with you guys. So this is going to be amazing. It's in Cleanse to Heal. Amazon.com US. $16.99. Take advantage of it. It's 51% off there on this book. The Anti-Bug Cleanse. Go to the library, get it for free, but don't miss the Anti-Bug Cleanse challenge. Okay? My friend's going to be there. No, my friend's not going to be there. All right, so we got these incredible. You can chop up cilantro. You can put cilantro on top of here. These are the lentil tacos right here. This is so good for you, and you don't have the corn, because the corn will feed viruses, GMO corn, everything. You don't have the corn. You don't have the oils to give your heart and liver a hard time. You don't have any of that. This is really incredible. So, back on track. Let's do it a little bit. Talk about the vagus nerve. Let's roll. Let's talk about the vagus nerve, you guys. Okay? vagus nerves. Keep that in mind, vagus nerves. The vagus nerves run out of the brainstem. They run down through the body, and here's what they do. Okay? They get inflamed when someone's got all of the low-grade viral infections, the Epstein-Barr infections, the shingles infections, the HHV6 infections, the cytomegalovirus infections, the simplex 1, simplex 2 infections. And these viruses feed off of toxic heavy metals, release the toxic heavy metal as a neurotoxin. The neurotoxin clings to the vagus nerve, and then you get hot spots on the vagus nerve. You might get the tightness of the chest. You might get tightness of the throat. You might get strange sensations in the neck and the head inside what feels like inside the brain. You can get all these different things. You can feel out of sorts. You can feel your stomach flipping. You can feel chronic anxiety, crippling anxiety, panic attacks. You can feel all these things with the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve gets inflamed. And that's a big part of why we have anxiety. Okay? If you heard about that, anxiety being linked to vagus nerve, it's original info going all the way back. Phrenic nerves too. So the phrenic nerves get inflamed as well. When the phrenic nerves get inflamed, which run down the chest and here, and they branch out, when the phrenic nerves get inflamed, they also give you sensations of anxiety too. That's part of its phrenic and vagus nerves. Been talking about that for years, so keep that in mind and how it works, right? And dizziness, vertigo. So what happens? Does the vagus nerve affect dizziness? It creates dizziness that's unexplainable. So if you weren't injured physically in a car crash, or you didn't bang your head, or you didn't have a concussion or something, and you had this chronic dizziness all the time, this chronic vertigo or balance, feel like you're on a boat kind of issue, or any kind of issue like that, that's inflamed vagus nerve. So that's your inflamed vagus nerve. Okay? Your inflamed vagus nerves get hot spots. So those hot spots can be anywhere along the nerves, the vagus nerves. Viruses inflame the nerves. Toxic heavy metals are fuel for the viruses. Foods like eggs and dairy products and gluten and corn will feed the viruses. That also causes trouble. But either way, and then when your vagus nerve is totally lit up and it's inflamed and problematic, you dump in things like nutritional yeast. It makes them worse. It's an irritant to the nerves, all that MSG. So keep in mind on how it works, right? Does it cause cramping on your ribs? It can. It can cause sensations in the ribs, all kinds of problems like that. But cramping on the ribs is mostly gastritis. It's mostly gastric problems. It's gas bubbles moving through the intestinal tract, which I can show you right here. If you got cramping going on throughout the ribs and stuff like that, you got gas bubbles that are moving through the intestinal tract. Now the ribs, you see the colon that runs across right here? Well, this base of the ribs here, okay, left and right side of the ribs, that really gets lit up when you got inflammation inside the colon right here. So if you got inflammation inside this colon, it can really get lit up really bad, right? See if it comes apart now. And you can have pockets in your colon. Like a lot of people have a hot spot right in the side right here in the descending colon. So right on the descending colon, right up here in the corner, you can get a hot spot in a pocket, and boom, that's going to give you all kinds of lit up ribs, big time. You know, so the ascending colon right here, okay, right on this side, boom, you can get real lit up on that side too. So keep in mind that can happen, and that becomes your gastritis and chronic gastric, spasms and pain and stuff like that, because your intestinal tract could be inflamed for multiple reasons. I talk about all the medical medium information. Do you have plans to heal? Honestly, you guys, anybody who's here, you even listening, if you don't have this medical textbook, I feel bad, because you should. The amount of information to learn and how to heal is just ridiculous. So keep that in mind. And we're doing the anti-bug cleanse, 3-day cleanse. It's going to be coming up. I want you guys to look out for it big time, okay? I see so many questions come up both on TikTok, both here, both everywhere, right? You guys on Telegram, I'm sure you got lots of questions, and I see lots of questions, and the questions are answered in kinds of heals so many times. So we talked about the vagus nerve a little bit, what's happening there. So isn't it funny? So no, but it's not your vagus nerve, you guys. It's not toxic heavy metals in your brain. It's not toxic heavy metals in your brain. It's not your vagus nerves. It's you. You're just a bad, crazy person. And both alternative medicine, conventional medicine, in the end, that's the only place they can go, because they don't know about metals in the brain and how it works. And they don't know how vagus nerves work either with viral issues and metals. Because they don't know these things of why you have your bipolar and depression, anxiety or anything, then it just kind of falls on you. So as the worse your anxiety gets, the more crazy they think you are. The worse your depression gets, the more wacko they think you are. And the more worse your mania, neurosis, psychosis, OCD, and bipolar gets, the personalization gets, the more freaking crazy, bat crap crazy they think you are in the industry. And you're not. You're not crazy. You're not. On any level, you're a good person, incredible person. There's a physical component they're not catching or seeing anywhere. And that physical component is real. Just like as real as the drug they make to try to alter the physical component that they don't know about in your brain. Okay? Medical medium information has helped me resolve my inflammation. Healthy Kathleen, incredible. Proud of you guys, truly. Proud of you guys on TikTok too. So, when it comes down to OCD, okay, you need metal on your neuron. So, your brain is filled with neurons. Keep that in mind. Your brain is filled with neurons, right? And electrical impulses are in your thoughts are in your electricity. So, in your electrical impulse. Thoughts are in your electrical impulses. So, that electrical grid has thoughts in it. The thought runs down the neuron. So here's how it works. Electricity is supposed to run down your neuron. So the thought in the electrical grid runs down the neuron. Your thought is in the electricity and it's running down the neuron. And when that thought hits metal particles, it then either diffuses, explodes, runs over it, or backs up. People with OCD, it backed up. So when the electrical impulse comes down the neuron and it hits the deposit of heavy metal right there, it backs up and runs backwards. As it runs backwards, another electrical impulse is coming down that neuron and hits and slams. And when it slams, that's your recirculating thoughts. My God, something bad's going to happen. I can't sleep because I'm thinking something bad's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. Did I check the car? Did I check the car? Oh my God, the car's unlocked. I checked it twice, but I know it's unlocked. The car's unlocked. The car's unlocked. I got terrible thoughts in my head. It's suicidal thoughts. They keep on recirculating. But I don't want to commit suicide, but the thoughts keep on circulating and circulating. And it just becomes, or I have to pray, but I already prayed twice. But I feel like if I don't pray again, I gotta pray again. I gotta pray again. I can't go to sleep till I pray 50 times, and then I think I didn't pray, and I got to pray better next time, or don't pray. I can't pray, because I don't want to pray, and then it just goes like that. Like it can go in any direction, that OCD, and what that is toxic heavy metals on your neuron, electrical impulses hitting it, going back with another electrical impulse hitting it, ramming into it, and then that explosion happening at another sector of the neuron, and that explosion is your thought escaping. You feel unsatisfied, dissatisfied. You feel like you didn't do what that thought did. Or you have to hear that thought over and over again, or vice versa. Lisa Marie said, best university. You know what the difference is here at this university, Lisa? We don't spray pesticides, insecticides, rodenticides all in the dorm rooms for all the kids to come back from summer break and sit parked in their dorm room, breathing in and inhaling nothing but toxic chemicals, toxic chemical soups, insecticides, all of that, fungicides, everything there. We don't do that. We don't poison the students at Medical Medium. That's one difference right there. And there's a lot of other differences too. As someone who has OCD and Tourette's, that's dead on right. Nikki Fox, I'm honored you're here, and thank you. Thank you for acknowledging, your experience and the information at the same time. Bless your heart, truly bless your heart. Seriously, it's a physical problem. It's not because you're weak. No, you're strong as hell. And here's the thing I want to tell you guys. This is important, okay? Please don't forget this. If you're enduring something like that, like OCD or any kind of other, or Tourette's, right? Or bipolar or anxiety, depression, you're enduring that. And you're fighting that fight for years or even a short time. Man, you're strong. They all want to think you're weak. Even alternative medicine and alternative spiritual medicine and, you know, they just want you to think like you just can fix it in a second, rewire it, do this next little trick, do this hack. And, well, you didn't fix it? Well, you're weak because everybody here is strong. You're strong, stronger than them. You're stronger than anybody not going through. You're strong. Man, just don't forget it, please. Don't forget it. Guys, do not miss the anti-bug cleanse. Even if you don't partake, just be there for fun. Even if you don't partake in it, just going to have a little fun. I'm doing it. You just watch me do it. All you have to do is just watch me do it. Who cares? I'll just do it. You guys don't have to do it. But I'll do it. Can't wait. It's going to be a 3-day cleanse. Anti-bug cleanse. Okay? And you guys, go to rumble.com. So rumble.com, medical medium. Find the medical medium page. That is going to be where I'm going to be a lot eventually. Make sure you're there. Okay? And did you guys know on Telegram, right? You guys know on Telegram, but on Telegram I'm doing exclusive audio messages like every other day. I'm going to try to do it every single day, but like sometimes it's every day and sometimes, but I'm going to try to do every single day. Exclusive audio messages. You're in? You're in? No way. No way. You're in? Make sure you have the Cleanse and Heal book because doing the 3-day anti-bug cleanse without it is no fun. Remember, it's t.me/medicalmedium at Rumble. Not at anything, but on Rumble. Rumble.com. Go there. I mean, on Telegram. Get it right. All right, you guys. These are a lentil. Lentil tacos. All right. Gonna clean up. Love you guys. And it's coming soon. I saw when on the anti-bug cleanse. It's coming soon. Like, it could be like in a few days. I don't know. It's coming up. So get ready. Because we're doing it soon. Lemon Bomb, love, you're awesome. Okay, you guys. All you guys. Everybody on here, if I haven't had a chance to do a shout out for you, we'll do a bunch of shout outs one day because there's so many cool people here and incredible people here I don't even mention because the comments just go like haywire and I catch them when I can. Yep. Watch the replay. Watch it on IGTV or Telegram, the replay. Yeah. All right, you guys. Bless your heart. I love you guys. Just know I'm with you here.